Hello, I'm Ines from ToleratedCinematics.com, and today I will be going over the tutorial series from Premiere Pro. I will be going over the interface. If you haven't seen the introduction tutorial video, it's not a tutorial, and then you can go and check that out. But if you didn't understand anything about that video, I completely agree. If some people are just starting out using video editing software, they probably don't understand anything about that, but sometimes I just start bazzling around, and I suppose that you guys understand. I'm sorry for that, but it's not that important, and the most important thing is that you can go and start editing your video footage. So that's what we're going to do right now. So over here you see the interface of Premiere Pro, and most likely it will be different from your interface, but you don't have to worry about that, because we can actually just take care of it all by ourselves, and we can go and make our own interface. And in my case, this is my interface, and I think it's the most easiest and most logical interface there is for Premiere Pro. So I've closed all the windows that were open at first. So if you go to Premiere and then you go to Window in the menu items, you go to Workspace, you probably have the editing workspace. And as you can see, it's a lot different than mine. So what I've done is just personalize it a bit, like source clips. I'll put that right over here in a new window. Well, I'll drag it out. If you drag and drop it somewhere, it should be over there. So you can just drag and drop all the tabs. And then here we have the audio mixer. For now, we don't need that, and the metadata, we don't need it anyway. So the project, I've put it right over here, because in After Effects, I'm not sure if you guys have used it before, but the projects will go over here, and just to keep it logical and the same as After Effects, I've put my projects in here. I'll be explaining later on what all these steps are and what they do, so no worries over there. The effect controls, I will put them next to the source over here. The effects, I'll drag and drop them at projects. And if you have a different interface than this, by example, you have another version of Premiere, you don't have to worry as well, because you can go to Window and then you can see all the windows available. So if you, for example, need effects, you click on effects, and then you just drag it that way. So the media browser, we don't need that. Info, no. Markers and history, we can close this down. And the reason why I'm closing all these things down is because they use RAM, and it will slow down your software. Not that your computer can't handle it while it's open, and it won't do anything harmful. You can still edit your footage, but just to keep it clean and neat, I like to close all these windows that I don't use for the moment. So the tools over here, I will try and drop them on top over here, so it should work. No. Yeah, there. You have to see this green line, and of course this is way too long, so way too high. So we will just drag this down just like this, and now we have something like Photoshop right over here. But Photoshop, it's on the left, but it doesn't really matter. If you like it on the left more, like so, you might do it on the left as well, like this. It's all up to you. But my preferences go on the top, so I'll be doing that over there. Okay, so now we have our sequence. This one we can use it, but I don't really use it a lot. So I will also close this down, and I don't see the close tab, so I'm not sure. Go over here, audio mixers, and you can just click this, check this off. No, we can't. Oh, I always put it next to my video over here, and then I just make it really small. Okay, there we go. So you can still see how loud your audio is, and then we will take this, drag it over here, and now we have our source clips here, our sequence, and our project. Okay, so now what you want to do, if you want to save these tabs, you can go to Windows, Workspace, and new workspace. And then you can rename it, and for me it's Retina Display, so if I click on that, you can see my audio mixer is over here instead of it there. It doesn't really matter. Then you have saved your own preset, and then you can use it all the time if you're moving or something like that. So now I'll be going over all the window tabs and what they do. So over here we have the tools, and that are all the tools to edit your footage, like sliding it open or moving it, dragging it, track select, yeah, the hand tool to move around in your footage, all those kind of things, the pen tool, zoom tool, they are in here. So most of the time you won't be using them because you will have to learn the short keys for those. But at first you will be using those, or you can go for the same keyboard that I have. I've made a giveaway a while back, but it's over now, so unfortunately you can't win it anymore. But I have a keyboard with all the shortcuts for Premiere Pro on the keyboard written down. So you can go check out that video so you can see which keyboard that I'm talking about. It's a really helpful keyboard to memorize your shortcuts for the keyboard and to work a lot faster. So your workflow will improve using that keyboard. And that's from editorskeys.com. So if you'd like to check it out, go to the website. I will put a link in the description if I don't forget it. Else you can just remind me in the comments that I should. Okay, so those are the tools. And then we have over here the project panel, and that's where everything will come down from your footage. So your video footage, audio footage, your sequence, and your sequence, I will explain that later. It's like, well, I will explain it later. Then we have over here the effects panel with all the effects you can apply to your audio or to your video or video transitions and stuff like that. That's in the effects panel, so you will be using that as well. So I've put it next to the project so you can swipe like this. Then we have the effects controls, and those are the effects applied to a particular video that you can manipulate over here. Then you have the source clips. If you double click on the project panel on a source, on a video footage, you will see the preview over here, so the raw footage actually. And then we have over here the preview panel, and that's the real-time preview of everything you've been editing and all the effects on it. So this is a preview without effects, just the standard video, and this is a preview with the effects and all the things applied in Premiere Pro. Then you have here play options, go back one frame, go forward one frame. Frames are how many times you see a picture in 1 second. For film, that's 24 frames, by the way. In America, it's a little different. I guess it's no, I'm pretty sure it's 30 frames over there. But for most films, they use 24, and it's yeah, a little bit better in quality, and the movie look is 24. So nothing to worry about that. It's not as important that you don't understand it as long as you're using it. I won't go into that too much. And then last but not least, we have over here our sequence, and that's actually our timeline. Sequence is like a composition in After Effects if you have used After Effects before. If you didn't, that's just a package, a group of your edited and montaged video footage actually. So your timeline in a group layer. So if you double click it, it will open that timeline. If you make another sequence, click on that sequence, you will have an entirely different timeline where you can put a lot different footage. And then if you put those two sequences together, you will have a complete movie or something like that. But in most cases, you will only use one sequence unless you're going for a full-length film and you want to keep things organized, and then you want to go for more sequences. But in this case, it's not as important, and I just want to learn you the basics so you can get started on your footage. So this is a timeline. Over here you can select everything that should be rendered out. So everything in between these orange lines over here will be rendered out. So if you have footage from 1 minute 30 and it's only selected 1 minute, it will only render out 1 minute. And rendering is exporting your video. So actually seeing the video and making a file of your video. That's called rendering. And then we have over here all the layers, and that's where you want to import your video footage and your audio footage. So that will be over here. Your timing, over here you can zoom in or zoom out, and again with the keyboard from editorskeys.com you can all do that by just pressing some hotkeys, so I would definitely recommend checking that out if you're serious about video editing. So I will just plug in my charger because I see I have only 2% left. I have to find it really quickly over here. Okay, gotta plug it into my laptop. There we go, and we're saved. I won't turn off. So that was a tutorial on how to get how to learn the interface of Premiere Pro, and in the next tutorial I will be teaching you on how to import your footage on the correct way and start editing. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and goodbye.